Are you visiting a luxury store soon? Chanel, Hermes, Louis Vuitton. These are the things that you shouldn't do in the store. Hey everyone, my name is Steph. Now I'm a self-confessed designer bag and luxury addict. If you are too, welcome to the family. Make sure you join us by hitting the subscribe button and the bell down below. In today's video, we're going to be talking about what you shouldn't do in a luxury store then. I think this is going to be quite a fun topic of conversation. So do make sure you get involved in the comments down below. Have you had a good, bad experience in luxury stores? Have you seen some really bad behavior? Do let me know. So recently, a woman contacted me on Instagram and she said that she has got her first appointment at Louis Vuitton. She's got a sales associate, she's got a time booked in, and she's quite nervous about the whole thing. She said she'd never been in a Louis Vuitton store before. And she just said, you know, is it normal to feel scared, nervous, not sure exactly what to expect? And I could empathize with that so much. Where I live in the UK, I live a few hours away from a Louis Vuitton, a Chanel. So not too far. But prior to going to London more and Manchester and visiting the boutiques, my experience with luxury was mostly online. So I prefer to order stuff online, and obviously it's easier for me because it does take quite a while to get down to London and then back again. So I wanted to kind of put her at ease and, you know, let her know what the luxury experience in a store should be like. And yeah, I thought I'd pull this video together today to help anyone who maybe feels a bit intimidated, isn't going and visiting luxury stores all the time, and just for the people that do visit the stores all the time, some things that we may need a reminder of not what to do. And make sure you stay tuned, because the last tip that I reveal of what not to do in a luxury store is probably the single most important one. Number one is to film in the store without speaking to your sales associate or someone in the store first. Now, I'm in a slightly unique position here because I often film what I can in boutiques so that I can share it with you here on YouTube. But if you are visiting a store and you are trying bags on, maybe you don't want to make a decision there and then, you want to look back at the pictures, maybe go grab some lunch if you're deciding between two particular bags or two items, or you're just not sure. It's always great to make sure you're taking a photograph of you wearing it, or a little video clip, even better. Sometimes I take little video clips and post to stories. Top tip here is if you do want to get a piece of video footage for your own reference, I would say go to the changing room, somewhere where you can be in private if you can, and then you can film yourself wearing the item. If it is a designer bag or something like that and you are with your sales associate at the time, what I would do is just say to them, look, am I able to film this? So for me, I would say, is it okay if I film this footage of me wearing this bag? I will be posting it on my YouTube channel. The reactions are mixed, but from learning what I've learned trying to film in luxury boutiques, they get very uneasy when you just start filming stuff and you don't kind of speak to them or tell someone why you are doing it. The second one, as tempting as this one is, don't walk into a store and outright, before speaking to someone and getting to know them or having a relationship with a sales associate, ask where the sale is. Now, some luxury brands do have sales. Chanel, Dior, they do have sales. I recently, when I went to London, I went to the Dior store. I was looking around and we were chatting to the sales associate, and then she said, there are a few pieces on sale. Would you like to see what is in sale? So we did, and she took us into a back room. So the sale was not out on the shop floor, it was in a separate room, kept away from the full price merchandise, and it was really nice to have that experience. But I wouldn't go all guns blazing, walking straight in and saying, where is the sale? And so I've spoken to an SA a few times from Chanel in London, and when a sale comes on, they can actually send you a PDF of what is on sale. So the point of this is, if you are brand new to any of these stores, just a note as well, Louis Vuitton don't have sales. So don't walk into Louis Vuitton and ask where the sale is, because there is no sale at Louis Vuitton. There are sample sales for places like Hermes. They do have separate events that you get invited to. But again, it's all about, with these luxury brands, they want to know that you love the brand. that you're not going basically just to make a saving on what should be quite an expensive item. They want to give these items to people that love the brand, that visit or, you know, get in contact with them regularly. You buy their bags, you're not just going in for the sale. Because I do think as well, some people would go in, buy the items on sale and then try and sell them on platforms like eBay for even more money. Not that there's anything wrong with that technically, but for people that if that's all they're doing, the sales associates and the brands just aren't going to want those people buying from them. They want to give it to their good, loyal customers that they know love the brand. So don't go point blank asking where the sale is. The next one is stealing someone's sales associate. This one's definitely more apparent now that we've had the pandemic and less people are being allowed into boutiques to kind of walk around freely. Instead, people are being allocated sales associates. So again, someone that works there that can show you the items that you want to see. Because when you go into a luxury boutique, it's not like going into a normal high street store. Everything's not just laid out. Often bags are up on walls, they're all security tagged. You can't just take them and try them on. It's not that sort of shopping experience. So you need ideally a sales associate with you. So if you like something, you can say, can I try that one on please? How much is that? Would you recommend this size or that size? Or what new colours have you got? Or are there things out on sale that I can't see? Especially this is quite an interesting one with Chanel. They won't necessarily put out all their new stock. It might be that you really like a bag but you want it in a different colourway. So a sales associate will be able to tell you if it's available in a different colour that maybe you haven't seen. Things like clothing, you know, can I try certain sizes? How does this fit? So yeah, when you are in a store and you see someone with a sales associate, don't go up to that sales associate when they are serving those people. If your sales associate maybe isn't the best, you're not clicking with them or they've kind of gone somewhere and you don't know where they've gone, just speak to another member of staff when you can. But give them space. Don't, you know, if someone's in the middle of like showing a handbag or doing this or that, I wouldn't go up and just say, excuse me, I want to see that bag over there. You would just have to wait and just politely say, you know, I haven't been allocated an SA. Is there someone that's available to help me when you're free? Could you help me with that? And that sales associate will then probably say, I will come over to you as soon as I've dealt with this customer, or let me just get another colleague that can help you right now. So don't go and steal someone else's sales associate when they're busy serving them. The next thing that we shouldn't be doing in a luxury boutique is, and this is just not luxury boutiques, this is life in general, I think, invading someone's personal space. This happens all the time, not necessarily in luxury boutiques, but in general. Maybe you are looking at something, you know, especially when you're in a luxury store, these are expensive purchases. You don't want to be rushing them. You want to take the detail in of whatever it is that you're buying. You maybe want to hold the item, see how much it weighs. Will it work for you? There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on before we make a big decision like this, okay? And then someone comes along and they're right there next to you looking at something. They just kind of barge in front of you. And the pandemic has really highlighted this, you know, with social distancing, staying away from people. I just think sometimes people, you know, if you're trying to look at something and someone else is looking at that item or an item very close to it, just say to that person, you know, excuse me, is it okay if I just have a quick look at that item there, rather than just barging in front of or getting too close to other people. Another thing that I see quite a lot is when maybe someone's looking at something, like maybe they're looking at a bag, they're being served by an SA, you know, they're trying it out, they're taking in all the information, and then someone else is interested in that bag. They clock it and they're like, or, you know, whatever item it is. And they're like, oh, that looks nice. And then they go over and just start to kind of listen and maybe get a bit too involved. Sometimes I think it's just nice to have that time with that item to weigh up whether it's going to work for you. And yeah, that tip is just not to invade other people's space. Let them enjoy their experience and just be aware that, you know, if you are trying to get to something, to just politely ask or maybe speak to a separate sales associate and say, I really like the look of that item that person's got there. Could I take a look as well? And keep it separate. Something you definitely do not want to do going into a luxury store is to wear something that is fake, a designer fake item. Oh my gosh, this happens. It's real, it happens. In fact, there's quite a few YouTubers out there that wear fake of a brand like Louis Vuitton, and then they will go into the Louis Vuitton store to film the reaction. I don't think going to be trying that anytime soon. Yeah, I just think be aware, like, take stock of what you are wearing. If you have a fake bag or something that's a designer item that is clearly not real or probably not real, I wouldn't then go into that luxury boutique wearing fake designer items. I would much rather just wear something high street. In fact, a lot of my wardrobe is actually high street, but I would never walk in with a fake designer bag or something like that. I mean, I personally don't condone the fake market. It's not for me. It's not something that I purchase or invest in any way, shape or form, because it does fund criminal gangs and rings. But we won't get into that. It is more just about, you know, if someone from a luxury boutique, a sales associate, sees you wearing a designer item, that's probably going to make them quite cautious. You know, is this person actually supporting the brand? Are they supporting the Louis Vuittons of this world? I just think when you are in a luxury store and a sales associate sees you wearing fake designer, to me and to the sales associate, that would definitely say that this person is not interested in the luxury brand. They just like the image that the luxury brand gives them, and they're clearly willing to invest in fakes to achieve that. They don't care so much about the quality, the craftsmanship, just the branding, the market, like everything that goes into creating a luxury brand. This person is discrediting that by wearing a fake. So yeah, I would never wear anything fake into a designer store. And finally, for the two most important things that you shouldn't do in a luxury boutique. The first one is do not put up with shit customer service. You are there to spend potentially a lot of money. And even if you aren't there that day to spend a lot of money, maybe it's, you know, someday in the future, you would really love to buy your first designer bag, whatever that looks like, okay? Don't put up with crap customer service. I am so horrified and saddened when I see people on YouTube and Instagram, whatever it is, sharing their stories of how they feel like they haven't been treated well, like they feel like they've been judged for particular reasons, maybe how old they look, how they are dressed, something like that. And yeah, they've been treated not so great because of that. Maybe they haven't been given a sales associate very quickly, or no one's offered to help them, or I don't know, just a service, or the sales associate has said something and they haven't been very helpful. I don't think as luxury lovers, whether you can afford luxury yet or not, maybe it's in the pipeline, you should be treated well, like you should in any store, but particularly a luxury store. Like if you are there to potentially spend a lot of money, then I definitely think, and it's not all about money, like you should just be treated well and with respect in any store that you go in. So if you receive shit customer service, say something, speak to another sales associate, articulate what it is that, you know, isn't working for you. Point blank, like maybe if someone is treating you differently, you feel because of your age, say that to them. Just say, you know, I feel like I'm not getting the same customer service as that person over there. Why is that? And just throw it back to them. You don't need to be necessarily standoffish or argumentative, but I would definitely kind of throw it back at someone and say, I don't feel like I'm getting the service that they're getting. Why is that? Now, the one thing with luxury stores is that they do have customers. You might be one of them. That's a very, very good customer. They get on so well with their sales associate. They've got a really good relationship going on there. And they will be treated differently, as in, you know, they will get access to bags that other people can't get access to. They will be able to get rare items easier. Hermes is a great example with the Birkin and Kelly bag. You can't just walk in and go and buy one. You have to be offered one. And generally, you know, you have to have purchased a few things and built up a relationship, proven that you like the brand before they will sell you one of these items. But still, even if you are new to a brand, maybe you never purchased anything before, still make sure that you are treated nicely, that they are helping you, and don't put up with crap customer service. And the final but most important thing I think you shouldn't do in a luxury store, and that is to buy something because you feel under pressure. Again, I've heard stories about this. You know, if you don't buy this bag, then I'm not going to offer you any more. It is really sad that this happens, but I'm a strong believer in we work really hard to achieve what we do. I definitely do in terms of my luxury purchases. I haven't been given any of them, I have worked for them. And yeah, if I don't want to buy something, I don't want to buy it. And I think sometimes it's very easy to get swept away in the moment. You might feel under pressure. I think this is one of the reasons actually a lot of people are intimidated to go in luxury stores. It's kind of like car sales or certain types of sales when you just want to browse. You don't want someone there like constantly talking you through the item. You just kind of want to take it all in your own time. And having someone there with you, I think this is very much, all my British people out there watching this will understand this. Sometimes you just want to be left alone to take it in. And having a sales associate, it's okay to say to them, they might say to you, look, I'm here if you need any help. And just say to them, look, I just want to browse today. Can I come and grab you if I need help with something? That's perfectly okay. Don't feel pressured to do something that you don't want to do, to buy something that you don't want to buy. When I was in Dior recently, going back to the sales thing, obviously being shown around a sale, I felt an element of pressure to go, to have access to this particular room, to see the sale items, which clearly had to be invited to go and see. And there was an element of pressure of, I need to find something in here so that I've purchased something because this sales associate has shown me the sale, has been kind enough to invite me to see the sale, and I'd like to keep a good relationship with her. But there was nothing there that I wanted, and I was not going to part with my money. I would much rather save and get something full price if I have to, that I really, really love. And sometimes the pressure, I'm sure you'll all agree if you've been in a luxury store, the pressure is there to buy things sometimes that you don't like. And also I've seen this with Hermes, if you are offered a Birkin bag, I can't remember who it was, but watching someone on YouTube who purchased, it was like a green, purple and another colour Hermes bag, which would probably fetch a lot of money because it was quite unique. But I just looked at it and I thought, oh my gosh, and she said she only bought that because she knew if she refused to buy it, she wouldn't be offered another one. That makes me really sad. And I just looked at the bag and I thought, wow, that bag would have been very expensive. Clearly she could afford it. And she purchased it because she felt like she had to, not because she loved that item. So that is my last but probably most important rule. Yes, we will all feel pressure, but maybe go into a store kind of knowing what you want, roughly what price points are at, and don't be afraid to just browse and say, I just kind of want to look at the range. I will ask you for help if I need it. That is perfectly okay. And don't be pressured into something that you don't want to do. You can always find a new sales associate. You can always try and contact a different store. You can always order online. You can always buy pre-loved. So don't feel backed into a corner like you need to purchase something if you don't want to. Let me know in the comments down below, have you ever experienced bad customer service? Have you ever seen badly behaved customers in a luxury store and you just think people should just not do that? I think this is a really fun but relevant conversation for us luxury lovers to be having. So yeah, make sure you get involved in the comments down below. You can also message me on Instagram, get involved over there. My handle is at handbag_holic. So head over there, give me a follow if you love designer bags and luxury as well. Now make sure you don't go anywhere because coming up next, I'll be linking my latest video releases here for you. Enjoy.